Oh no, you're live. Okay, you're live. I just happen to be alone and alive. There's the first like. I bet that's Jason. Jason is first. Congratulations. You just sitting there waiting and watching, weren't you? I knew it. Number two was hot on your heels, though. Who's number two? Oh. Number two don't want to tell us who they is. You wouldn't get to see me first. Damn, that's a prize of all prizes. Here. How's that? You sweet thing, you. Now number three saying, what the hell did I come into? It's Jason, don't mind him. He'll be alright. Oh. Who number two, number three? There got to be some people they hit the like before they even came in. I can't even yell at y'all for not hitting the like. Damn it. What will Paul do when he comes in and y'all already hit the likes? I just had me a Frito pie. What up, Gary? It's a rainy night in Texas. I hit the bad squall and I went ahead and stopped up about an hour short of where I want to go. Maybe touch over an hour. And it quit raining right after I got parked up, did my post trip and all that. It really ain't rained since, a little sprinkle here and there. Shane! My man Shane. Do you remember that old Western about Shane? Was that Robert Mitchum, I think, that played in it? At the end, the boy goes chasing him. Shane! Come back, Shane! You ever see that? Trying to think the name of it. I can't remember the name of it. It might be Shane. Hell, I don't know. See, the two new people that came in, number 4 and 5, they didn't hit the like button. They just came in sneaking. Number 6 didn't hit it either. See, Jason, you got to educate them about hitting that like button before they even come in. They know they're going to like it. They might as well hit it. Huh? Somebody hit it. I want y'all to know I did go watch Smart Trucking today. I watched part of 2 of his videos. The old boy seemed pretty damn decent, I ain't gonna lie. What's up, Big Kev? Alan Ladd, are you sure? Huh. I don't know, it was so damn long ago. Oh, the name of the movie is, Shane? Evidently you've seen it. Is it one of your favorite movies? I always liked it. I ain't gonna call it one of my favorites, but it was a damn good movie. Oh. Well, Odessa's a pretty good ways from Houston. I'm over here by Houston, just north of it. Over here at Cleveland, actually. Yeah, it got pretty dadgum nasty. People pulling over. I hate it when they do that. But at least the ones that I passed pulled over. I mean, they pulled over. They's over in the grass and stuff. Found little driveways and drove halfway up somebody's driveway. I'll bet. Well, we was expecting it all weekend. They originally said it was coming in Friday night. Right now, Corpus Christi's getting hammered, all down that way, from Houston down's getting hammered, and it's moving in a northeasterly direction, which surprises me. I figured it'd come for you, but it's heading northeast. But I stopped and looked at the radar, and it showed nothing but nasty, and Houston has a history of flooding anyway. There is a big Love's right beside where I'm my first drop. But I figured if it was raining like that, that rascal was packed out already. So, oh me, oh my. Well, I ain't got a whole lot to tell y'all tonight. You gonna have to help carry it. I just got on to stay awake for a little bit and say howdy. So howdy. That chili pie is talking to me, or that Frito pie is talking to me. I just hung up with Grandma. I was telling her I've got a taste for some bacon wrapped jumbo shrimp out on the grill. Maybe a little bit of lemon butter garlic shrimp out on the grill. Maybe a couple poppers. Stuff like that. Well, who you gonna go with there, Kev? That oilfield money liable to be hard to replace, dude. One of the videos I watched from Smart Trucking, he's right on board with me about this driver shortage. He was saying the same thing I was saying, just differently. So he's hollering the same thing, that it is company created, and it is. They've held drivers back on their wages so much that they started losing drivers, period. And now they want to make up shit. I used to sell the dickens out of them in the carnival. I'd get that same little bag of free old chips that y'all get. I'd have my chili dog chili in there, and I'd just cut that rascal and splash some chili in there and $1. It was pretty good money. What up, Bob? Well, it don't matter what job you got, brother. They all get tired. They all get old. If it was meant to be fun, we would call it play, not working. So, well, you got to be careful that you don't jump from the frying pan into the fire. The pay out here anymore, in my opinion, sucks. They're slacking so bad on pay, it's ridiculous. Of course, you're gonna meet some of them super truckers that's gonna tell you how they're making over 100,000 a year as a company driver. I won't buy it. Will you, Bob? Well, now I've seen a bunch of them damn Steven bulk haulers over there. That's what happened to my boat hauling, brother. So I can't argue with you there. Maverick and Warner and a bunch of the big companies came over and started hauling boats, and it just became crap. All right, you lost me. What, when that movie came out, was talking about Shane? Is that what you're talking about, 1960? About the pay out here, Bob. The pay's slacking, lagging so far behind, it's pitiful. Y'all don't want to get me going on about trucking industry tonight. Yeah, man, that's it. You can do that, Jason. Oh, the Frito pie. Yeah, buddy. Oh. Well, that's a fact, Justin. I ain't sure who Shooting Stars is. I've seen their people referring to them, but somebody up there on the East Coast that does videos or something. Go, Bob. Did you do any good with your fishing trip? What, 2 weekends ago? Did you at least feed yourself while you was up there? And that wasn't a bad looking little shanty you had there. What's going on, Venom? I'm trying to find out if Bob got enough fish to share. Well, there was one, and they claim he'd buried under the concrete in Chicago. So, but that was for the locals up there. The unions won't touch over-the-road drivers, and you can't get a half a dozen drivers to agree on what time of day it is or what day it is. So that's been our problem out here for years. The strike they had in the 70s, that one worked. Ain't nothing worked since. Well, I like cats, dude. Catfish are good eating. I like my automatic now. To each his own, but after over 25 years out of here and riding that clutch and brake through all these traffic jams, my old knees are shot. I'll get cussed in this automatic, then I'll hit one of them damn traffic jams and I'll say, boy, I like my automatic. Trust me. Bob, you eat catfish? If you do, I'll tell you a little secret to cleaning them. Anyway, it works on saltwater catfish. Well, it depends upon what you're calling our problems. Well, I was a carpenter, a remodeler. I loved my remodeling. I loved working with wood. I just didn't like working with a clientele. And I've talked to a couple friends of mine that still do it. And it ain't got no better. If you put in a bid to remodel a bathroom and you get it all done, and this is a written out bid, and you go to collect from them and they'll say, but what about the kitchen cabinet door? What about it? Well, we talked about it. Yeah, we did, but you didn't say put it on this. I just got so tired of it. And then when they'd also figure out your hours if it was a small job. You're making more than I do. All right, what's your point? Well, you only worked 8 hours. And this comes out to like 14 hours. All right. We've got the time I came over to look at your job and bid your job. We got the time I put in to research your material to get your material list. We've got setup time. We've got cleanup time. We've got teardown time. You need to rent my tools. They're not free. I have to replace them. You have my knowledge. It's taken years to get my knowledge. And you have my labor. You add all that together and you're getting a whole hell of a lot for what you're thinking you ought to get for your minimum wage salary. Maybe you need to get a new job. So I started getting an attitude and stuff, and it was time to get out of it. Bob, what we would do, we would head them, take their heads off, gut them, throw them in the freezer, skin and all, throw them in the freezer, and let them freeze. And then right before you go to cook them, you take them out, leave them out just a little bit, and grab hold of that skin, and that skin will peel right off that frozen fish. Easiest damn way you ever seen the skin of catfish. Oh, that's how we did our channel cat and all that down there on the island. You might give it a try. Shark, that's a whole different world. Uh-oh. And what did he answer? Do tell. I hear you. Well, you might try with one or two first. That's up to you. But it works on saltwater fish. You know me by now. I wouldn't be lying to you. Oh, goodness. Now, I want to know what the good Lord told you. Did you see my video for tonight's lesson in studying the Word? Have you gone and joined studying the Word? Have any of y'all? I know a couple of you have. I don't know about those online tonight. Do we have any Christian men and women in here that went over there and checked it out? It can be very educational. Brian, dadgummit, quit it. Well, cool. I like taking life lessons and putting it towards the Word. Can't help it. I need Paul to come on here and start yelling at him. Jason ain't doing a very good job. Y'all need to be hitting that like button for me. Oh, goodness. And Mama said we still ain't got no rain. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We've been watching it on that radar. I drove by, got my meds. Matter of fact, I need to take them. And I hadn't got too far past the house. And, okay, that's it. There we go. I'm losing my mind. I hadn't got too far past the house when I hit that rainstorm. So I called her up. Told her, you got a doozy coming your way, Mama. If you want to do anything with your plants, you better. And so far, we've got like a half an inch all told. Yesterday and today. I talked to her before I started this video, and she said, we still really ain't got nothing. All right, let me catch up. It's very easy to get distracted, brother. Very easy. If while you're driving, if you would do the instant replay or whatever they call it on YouTube, where it just plays it, go into my library playlist, look up Simple Word of God, and I break the Word of God down pretty simple for all of us. I ain't into all this hooping and hollering and making stuff up. Oh yeah, catfish be good. Well, cool. Yeah. And do you believe all them commercials on TV? I want to know who Shooting Star is. What's the word with Shooting Star? How come they don't come on and ask me? They can come over, hit subscribe, and join right in on this stuff. Well, it's a matter of personal preference. It's kind of like Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. You know, there's people out here that swear by all of them. And it's also going to depend upon what they want to do. Oh. So that's a wide question there. We got to narrow it down some before I can tell you anything. As for me, my personal preference on trucks is a W9. This ain't a W9. I got the boss today, though, the owner of the company. You know, I was having logging issues. So I spent the night at the yard. First thing this morning, they're working on replacing the main brain hookup thing for this ELD. And they're just popping my dash all apart. Me and the owner of the company standing there watching them. And I looked at him. I said, damn it, Larry. See, it's all plastic. It snaps together in part just like a Lego truck. Why don't you go buy some Legos and build your own trucks? He just started shaking his head and walked away. I'm like, dude, don't blame me. I didn't buy plastic trucks. Oh, yeah, I'm in a Peter car. And thank you, Jason. Oh. Oh, goodness. That one was made down in Port Aransas. I was sitting down there. The wife nor the brother-in-law wanted to join me for it. So I said, was that the one where I sat inside to do it? I did two of them down there. Yeah, I did the live stream outside, didn't I? Then I did the recording Sunday morning in his trailer. So, and then I think I went and took a nap. Well, I'll be over in San Antonio tomorrow afternoon. When you gonna get there? Where you coming from? I'm gonna deliver in Baytown, then 3 in Houston, Then I go over to Converse, and then I'm going to HEB there in San Antonio, pick up some of their recyclable stuff. I never know if it's going to be cardboard or plastic, but I take that back up to the yard, so I'll be running 35 corridor, well, part of the way, because I skirt around. I take that tollway that goes around. So I don't just run straight up it. I cut over on 10 to, well, that's Spivia, or starts with an S over there. I can't even think of the number of the road right now either. Got toll road. I'll run that puppy as far as I can. Damn it. I don't go up there a whole lot. I've only got a couple of times I've been up there. Well, we're going to be over there about the same time. I'm supposed to pick mine up by 3 o'clock. What's up, Jose? What's up, J-Man? The only 2 New York stories I tell, one of them's Long Island. To most of us, that's New York. I've checked in, I was picking up a load. And I checked in, I'm sitting in the street, waiting on someone else to back into this underground parking to load. And I started getting a phone call. Cell phones were just new coming out then. Still had roaming charges, thank you very much. And the company saying somebody's calling in on me that I've got the street blocked up. I need to move. I'm like, where in the world do you think I'm going to move to? I got a truck in front of me that's tying up the street, backing in, and I got back in the same place when he gets back in, and nothing but cars behind me. I don't think I'm the one blocking it. Them cars live here. They need to learn another route around. Then the other time was when I took Grandma, which I told y'all about that here recently, and she still don't like it. Well, there ain't a whole lot of Loves. You've got the one just south of I-10 there. Can't think the name of it either. But there's a Love just south of I-10 there a couple miles. But now you got the Petros and all that right there in that same area, which that's where I'll be delivering at. Uploading a vlog. Now what is a vlog? You mentioned this stuff before. You said you make vlogs, so educate an old redneck, old hillbilly. I ain't a redneck, I'm a hillbilly. What is a vlog? You said you was recording your life type deal. So is that virtual log or what? All right, Bob, be careful, brother. Enjoy them fishies. Daily live video, okay. Hey, you ought to get bored with my, wait a minute, you already watched me. Now all I gotta do is figure out how to turn it into a movie and get rich. Yeah, that's where I'm talking about. Just past that is where I catch that toll road. Usually coming and going, I'll stop over there at Seguin. That's pretty far outside of San Antonio. What, 30 miles or something? 30 or 40 miles, if I remember correctly. Now, what do you mean, what happened? I sat there and let that truck back in, and then I backed in, and they was still in a traffic jam because someone else somewhere else. It's New York. Hell, buy a bicycle. I like them movies where they show the bicycle message carriers and some of the stuff they do. It was earlier. It still looks bad on the radar, but it's chilled out now. But where I was going, I had no desire to get down there and not have any parking. What state is who in? I'm in Texas. Is there any other state to be in? Oh, goodness. What a day. Y'all do need to go check out that Smart Trucking once in a while. Now, you ain't got to leave my channel. But what little bit I seen of him, he appeared to be a pretty decent stand-up guy. I'm thinking about bed. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Y'all dropping off like flies now. That jumped down to 8. Am I that boring? Really? Well, must be the weather. What's your FB? You mean my Facebook? If that's what you're talking about, it's Simple Living with Papa Joe. Alright. Well, I won't be over that way for till noon or later, I'm sure. I just got too much other stuff to do. I got like 4 drops over here. And then got to get out of Houston. Oh, I think I got 4 drops. I ain't even going to look. I don't care. Well, Jose, you enjoy your evening there, compadre. Oh. Now it's coming back up. Folks are coming back. Is it my channel or the weather where you're at? Alright, say what? I'll be here. Or not. Oh, over an hour. I'm over an hour north of it. For a Pods flatbed with a CR England tractor. Alright. What's going on, Night Rhythms? Well, you've seen my truck. It's I guess you call it a tan truck. LWT wrote all over it. Oh. And I'll probably swing by in there in the morning. Well, cool. That didn't help my logbook the last few days, but it seems to be working good now. This Love's I'm at now is pretty packed out. Couple people left over there. It can be entertaining watching trucks back in. That shows you what a life I ain't got. Are you really? Well, I'm a little farther than that. Oh, it ain't hard at all, Paul. You put in drive and mash the gas. Now mine does have a manual where I can put in manual and manually shift it. But still, if you ain't shifting with the way the computer thinks you should, it'll do it its own self. So I just put it in drive. Every blue moon, if I'm pulling off a mountain or something, I'll put it in manual to make it hold in one gear. Other than that, it does have a selector here on the side where you can tell it to upshift and downshift. And once again, if it's within certain parameters, it'll allow you to do that. If it's outside them parameters where it thinks it'll hurt itself, it laughs at you. So, it don't do all bad going up hills. The main thing is learning your equipment. That's like backing up. Yeah, they can be a pain to back up, but you have a power assist button, and now it's a takeoff assist button in here that also works on your backing up. And if you'll turn that thing off, it'll help a lot. If you've got that on, this thing will stop on its own, and it makes you look like an idiot. So you learn to turn that off, and then you can just back on in there. So, as for going up the hills, if you're paying attention and you see the hill coming and you're watching RPMs, you'll reach over there and drop that drop a gear quicker than it wants you to, and it'll go ahead and drop it. Then you can pull on up that hill a lot better. But if you're going to just sit here behind the wheel like a potato and count on that thing to do everything and you're thinking for you, it don't do so good. But if you learn to manipulate it and work it, it'll do a lot better. And most drivers are scared to manipulate it. Well, see, now I thought about that, but look how many people I would put out of work, you know? Oh, that pilot is a joke over there in Atlanta. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that, learn it from inside out or outside in. I try not to learn them at all. I try to close my eyes. Oh, yeah, that's me. Next year they make them out of rubber where I bounce them, squeak them. Now, I don't care what anybody says. I don't do all bad on shifting gears, floating gears, and all that. Every once in a while, we all grind a gear. Every once in a while, we all end up in no man's land where you don't know what gear you should be in. It's all part of trucking. That other stuff, that's all Hollywood. Alright, well, I'll try to catch up with you. I don't know what time you're pulling out, but I won't get over that way until pretty late. Very rarely, but yes, I have. Back in the day, I stalled one or two. But normally when I did, it was a super heavy load and trying to take off uphill. Sometimes that can get to be hard, especially if you had wore out old equipment. But on the general, no, very rarely have I ever stalled one. I'm not above it, but I damn sure try not to. No. Most times that an experienced driver stalls a truck, it's because he's in high range and he forgot he was in high range and he came to a stop sign or whatever, and he just pops it into the hole that he thinks he's in, and he finds out he's not. And he goes to take off and it says, yeah, right. Well, then he'll hit that clutch, hit the key, kick the button down, and he gone. No. And that's the whole thing that a lot of people don't understand. We have a saying in the Christian world that Christians ain't perfect, they're just forgiven. Well, it's the same thing with trucking. Truck drivers, your senior truck drivers, they're not perfect. They just know what to do to adapt to whatever issue they just hit. If you watch any of my trucking videos, I tell you the whole thing is to not panic. When you screw up, don't panic. Too many of them panic. I watched that, what was it, a USA driver, I think, on a video, on one of them oops video things. And he's trying to turn that truck around, and he's got the fairing and stuff all up. He is tearing that truck up. And if you're looking at the video, you'll see that there was a little driveway road that was big enough he could have backed up into it and turned around. But he was panicking because there's a low bridge, and what do I do? So he's trying to turn around. There was a whole lot of stuff he could have done besides tore his truck up. He panicked. That's the biggest difference between an experienced driver and a rookie. We all have our oops. We all have those days, but the experienced driver doesn't panic. He stops and says, damn it. Now what the hell do I do? And he'll think of something and he'll take care of it. That's God's honest truth right there, folks. Take it to the bank. Yes, I have wrecked one. Wrecked one right before I came over here, matter of fact. I have totaled 2 trucks. One of them was not my fault. I was talking about that last night on the live stream, where I was talking about that wood that came in the truck. That totaled that truck. It was all jacked up. And that was a little old lady pulling out in front of me. So I totaled the truck instead of killing her. And that was years ago. The other one was about 4 years ago down in Houston. We've got a bad stretch of road there where I-10 and 45 meet, and all the runoff from the rain makes it bad for everybody. And I hit one of those streams and I hydroplaned. I recovered. I hit another one. I hydroplaned. That one I didn't recover from. I wound up jackknifing, slid and hit the concrete medium, then slid all the way down, 4 or 6 lanes. So that one cost me my job. Company wanted to keep me. They understood. You hydroplane, it happens. It's trucking. You drive enough miles and stuff's going to happen, period. There's very few drivers out here that have drove for 20 and 30 years without having something happen bad. My dad was one of them. I don't know how many millions of miles he had in, but he never had an accident. He had some oops where he bumped a trailer backing in, little minor stuff like that, but no true accident. Out here driving is just like playing the lotto. You rack up enough miles and sooner or later you're going to hit payday. Usually payday ain't what you think it is. So it ain't nothing but a numbers game, and insurance companies would tell you that. Insurance is the one that made that other company fire me. But before that, when the trade show business folded up and I was looking for something to go to, you have no clue how many companies turned me down because I'm high risk. I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? I got all these years experience. I've got a clean MVR. I've got clean everything, no accidents for years. Well, the insurance company says you're a high risk. You ain't had an accident, so you're due for one. Really? Now that's stupid. Well, they have a thing out here that's called preventable and non-preventable accidents. And guess what? The majority of them, according to your company and safety, is going to be preventable. And to them, they didn't call it a preventable, but in that situation, what they would have told me was, well, you shouldn't have been driving so fast. Really? I wasn't driving fast. I was below the speed limit, you know. But they will keep nipping at it, and they will make it become a preventable. It's stupid. I've seen some of the craziest stuff happen out here. Okay, I'll tell you one. That was on me when I was a rookie out here. I was in Kentucky, matter of fact. I think it was the Daniel Boone truck stop, if it's even still there. I was driving for J.B. Hunt. Weather was getting bad. I decided to stop. I pulled into this truck stop and I backed in. I set my brakes. There's another J.B. Hunt beside me. My truck just starts sliding sideways because it was ice. And it bumped his mirror and busted his mirror. They said it was preventable. How is it? They never would tell me how it was preventable, but it was preventable. How in the world? What am I supposed to do? Play Superman and get out there and hold the truck? You know? You're parked on ice, and I understand now why the truck slid. I never understood then. I understand now. I do not understand how it was preventable. You know, what are they going to tell me? I should drive backwards and forwards until the tires cool off, and that's what it was. The tires were warm. I backed in. It started melting that ice just a little bit where it got to liquid, and it started sliding. That's why it slid. Okay. So what? Am I supposed to go back and forth and all this? You know? It's crazy. And to me, that's just a way to put the blame on the truck driver. That's all there is to it. Oh yeah, I'm a high risk. And when I came over here, the owner of the company, he walked through as I was doing all my paperwork. He said howdy, and he was going to be all stern and firm and all this. He asked me any tickets. No, sir. And I was then like I am now. I don't get intimidated by nobody. I really don't. I don't care who you are, how much money you got, what your title is. I don't get intimidated by nobody. And I joke and carry on like I do now. And any wrecks? I said, yes, sir. I told him just a little bit about the wreck. He said, we're going to be watching you. He's going to be watching you. I said, well, you're going to get off the damn board. Yeah. So, and now, here it is 2.5 years later. I've tried to quit twice. He won't let me quit. There's your high risk, you know. Huh. Never heard of that one before. I bet it did sound like a shotgun. Well, you know, they say these magnesium rims and stuff, they say those are very explosive and very flammable. I can believe it. That must have been what he had. They also say they make a very pretty blue flame when they're burning. Well, Jose, call the body repair man and get that wreck fixed. Call him. He can fix it. Oh. How long we been going? Yeah, almost an hour. I'm fixing to get off here, folks. Call Grandma, let her flirt with me. I don't know why that old woman likes flirting with me so much. Boy, that's the truth. Who was it? I think it was Nomad. I don't know if it was Nomad or Wannabe Cowboy. I'd been telling them about blowouts, and they had watched a couple of videos where I had mentioned it, and they finally had a blowout. I think it was Nomad. They finally had a blowout on the trailer, and he said that car beside them that had been riding his tandems for a while, they got off his tandems. He said he thought they also need to change your britches, but you know, it is what it is. Well, I appreciate it. I'm just me, man. And that's a full-time job, I guarantee told you. Can't nobody be me like me. Hell, I can't even be like me. See, my wife is such a lucky woman. She got the chick magnet and all these brains too. Of course, she has a different version of that, but you know, I like my version better. Folks, I'm going to get off here and call it a night. Give me a little sleep. I don't know how long I've been. Oh, wow. I've been shut down for 3 hours. So I'll give me 6 or 7 hours and get up and go fight with traffic. It is what it is. Y'all remember, good Lord loves you. So do I. And if your life is a wreck, take it to the real body, man. He knows what to do with it. Oh, well, let me see here. No, not going to be on for another hour. Good night, say what? Well, that wasn't good. Good night, Gary. Y'all enjoy your evening. I appreciate you coming in. Good night. God bless.